Bro said he need the story time, and so many more of y'all said that too. So I got y'all. I'm gonna try and keep this short, but in order to tell the whole story, y'all need to know the whole backstory and context from high school. So throughout high school, I was a pretty decent athlete, but I wasn't even able to play football until my senior year because my mom was afraid. So instead, I did track all 4 years, and I was pretty good at it. But once I played football, I truly fell in love with the game and decided that's what I wanted to do in college as well. So after high school, I had opportunities to play football and run track at smaller schools, but after doing a lot of thinking and reflection, I realized that those schools weren't really the best schools for me academically. So I chose Mizzou for purely academics with the intentions of walking on later on. So throughout that summer going into college, I was just training, working my butt off, making sure I was physically right. And I was also doing a lot with contacting coaches, emailing, Twitter, all that type of stuff. But I wasn't really getting nowhere and I didn't get no responses and I was kind of feeling a little down on myself. But I was so determined that when I got on campus in August, I found out where the facility was and decided to walk into the facility in hopes of being able to talk to somebody who would listen to what I had to say. So I walk into the facility and I go to the fourth floor where all the administrative and coaches' offices are. And before I could even get to the offices, there's a guy standing at the desk, and I was able to have a conversation with him. Turns out he was the head of player personnel at the time, and I was able to have a conversation with him and exchange contact info. Not too long after that, during the fall semester, I got an email back from the director of recruiting who was able to see my film and saw that I had contacted them many times and took an interest in me. So keep in mind, by this time, it's about October. So I'm just a regular student watching the football games in the stand. To kind of speed it up along, it took really long to get the communication back and forth because I believe they have dead periods where they can't talk to potential players. So it took a long time to communicate back and forth all the details about me walking onto the team. But I was able to continuously build that relationship, get to meet some of the coaches and players, and be able to also schedule my classes in line to when football was going on through my academic advisor. So now we're at winter break after my first semester, and I was able to take care of everything I needed to do. I filled out all the forms, and I found out they told me that the tryout was in February. So I keep working, I keep grinding, and eventually the tryout comes. I go to the tryout, I show out, I do well, and they take an interest in me. About, I would say, 2 weeks later, I get an email from the recruiting guy. He says that they liked what they saw in the tryout and that I could help the team possibly. So this got me really excited because keep in mind, there was over probably 50, close to 100 guys at that tryout, and only 6 of us made it. So it was a really big deal to me at that time. So me and the guys that did make it, we eventually were able to go through all the process, go through all the medical screening and stuff like that, and we were officially named to the team on March of 2020. So that's the story, gang. And if you want to know more or have any more questions, let me know. Appreciate y'all.